What's going on YouTube? Another Tuesday, another tutorial on the cards. And in today's tutorial, I will be teaching you guys how you build up in the 4-4-1-1 formation in the EFC 25. Yes, the 4-4-1-1 formation is a really good and overpowered formation at this current state in game. And it's also, if you've been watching the streams, a formation that I've been using this past month. So let's jump into today's Tuesday tutorial. So, starting off with the ball basically with Theo Hernandez. Obviously, we play a 4-4-1 formation here in the background. It's basically me playing with my God account team before, obviously, Serie A, right? But I felt like these are also games against pro players where they're also harder to build up in a 4-4-1-1. And I felt like this is also why it's actually good to have these kind of games versus pros. So, we started to find our winger. And in the 4-4-1-1, one thing you want to make sure is that you have one of your wingers always triggered and making a run in behind. Why, you may ask? Basically, because that winger will push down the opponent's defense, which will lead to you having more space in the middle, but also on the other side of the pitch. So as you see here, Leao, as you see, he's having his arm forward. He is going in behind. He's making that threatening run in behind, basically. I have Billing, I have Marquisio, I have Kaká, I have Henry in the middle here, and I don't really have a lot to play for. So what's the thing I do here? I already sent Leao. I know Leao in the back of my mind has tiki-taka in white, which means that his first time passes will be pretty good. So I'm playing once again. I play it first time to Henry here, where I will try to take the ball forward, because either I can perform a speed boost, or I can play Leao down in space again. So the thing I'm doing here, I see, okay, Leao is also triggered with an L1 pass, which basically means that after he basically passed the ball away, he's making a run in behind. Then I'm making the pass into Leao, and now we're basically in behind. And the thing we can look to do here, when we get into these kind of pockets of spaces, is that we either try to do the Ollelito play, where we take the ball outside, then try to play for the CM, then into the striker or to the cam, or we try to take the inside of my opponent's Sabrotta. The thing I do in the end here, is that I'm actually taking the ball away from Sabrotta, trying to play for the Ollelito play. Here again, obviously people know about this, so they are very quick to cover off the CMs. Then I can just play Henry here, just with a quick pass, which I do. I find him. Hopefully, I was hoping to find Kaká there. I think that was some good AI defending from the AI, to be honest, as I was expecting him to go to the CMs. Here then again though, Henry, I mean, on a good game, I don't think the AI intercepts this, but as I said, he's still kind of standing into the lane, so it's fair. But here again, I should have just played the CMs and then tried to play either Kaká or Henry in the box and then try to finish, obviously. But yeah, some decent build-up. So, right after this, we managed to intercept the ball with Lucio. And the good thing with the 4-4-1-1 is that depending on what, obviously, instructions you have on your CMs, on my CMs, have deep line playmaker on the left and box-to-box on the right. They will take up different positions. And when I have the ball here with Lucio, and I see that he is basically playing, I think this is a 4-2-1-3 formation, if I'm not mistaken, is we want to break his lines through his striker and cam. And you see here, Schneider, who I believe that is, who's closest now to Blanc, is basically in no man's land. So we break the line here, finding our CM. And from here we want to be aggressive, taking the ball forward. And here again, he was trying to get close to Marquisio, which basically means that I'm playing the ball away because I don't want to lose the ball in the middle of the pitch. That's the key in this formation. When we get the ball to Ibarbo, once again, you see me doing an L1 pass. You see Ibarbo is basically pointing his arm forward like this, which means that he's triggered and making a run in behind to push down my opponent's team. So once again here, I send Ibarbo basically pressing R1 towards him, making him come short. Playing Ibarbo, then playing a first time pass to Kaká in this case. And here again, I look to try to be aggressive with my touch. So here again, I'm trying to do a speed boost, waiting for Ibarbo to make that run. If I can't find him, then I'm just going for a Trivela instead, which basically me resulting in getting a corner. But once again here, we're going to slow down this play a bit, because this is super important. Okay, he's basically not switching to Theo Hernandez, because he knows I can't really find Ibarbo. And I also noticed that I don't really have any options besides maybe playing it back to the center backs, and we don't really want to do that, because that's when we're inviting pressure on ourselves and the opponent can just push his team up. So as I said, the thing I do is that I press R1 towards my Ibarbo. You see, Ibarbo's run is stopping. He's creating that space away from Theo Hernandez, a bit above my cam here, you see. And I basically have time on the ball here. Here, I don't even need to pass his first touch. But because I have so much time, you see how big the gap now is between Theo Hernandez and Ibarbo now. Basically because I pressed R1 and made Ibarbo come back closer to Marquisio. So once again, I'm here. Here again, yes, this is a good pass, and I don't hate this. But the thing I did when I did this pass is that you see, Ibarbo once again has his arm going forward because I need to have runners to be able to create these kind of spaces. Why is that? Basically, because when I have players running in behind, that means that he needs to cover off these passes, which will create space and time for myself on the ball with Kaka here. So as I said, I'm waiting for Ibarbo. As you see, he's just covering off Ibarbo with Thuram. And here again, I know Kaka has both Trivela and Finesse. I think if I do... Actually, this could actually go in. I think he moved the keeper a tiny bit, and that's why he basically saved a pretty decent chance there from Kaka. So this is going to be a bit of a longer build-up, but this is actually how we score a pretty important goal. Obviously, this is just friendlies, so no, it's not super important. But, I mean, it shows how you can actually try to build up and then basically scoring a goal from it, basically. So we start off with going from, this was a free kick, by the way, going from Blanc down to the right back. And this is also a pattern we want to do a lot of times. I want to do this kind of play lock pass. And if you watch the tutorial on how to do play locks, you know why this is important. Basically, because the play lock pass is so accurate and the timing of the passes are always so good. So once again here, I get down with Ibarbo on the right-hand side. You can't really see him because my cam is in the way, but Ibarbo is down on the right-hand side here. If I can't really find anything here, the thing I need to do then is either do a bit of left stick dribbling, but I also see that I have basically 3 or 4 players around me. The thing I should do is to play it back to the fullback, then try to play to the center back, then try to play either Billing on the inside or Marquisio. And the thing I do, let's see. I basically did, I mean, kind of a dumb decision to be honest, because I feel like he covered that kind of pass. I'm doing a bit of good left stick here. This pass should not go through, I think, but I'm getting a bit lucky finding Marquisio here. And obviously with Marquisio here, I have a lot of space. Philip Billing, once again, we do play lock to try to kind of bait that we're going in behind. So he needs to drag his Lucy out of position, which he basically does here. Then, the most important thing here is that, okay, I could maybe take the space in between Zambrotta and Lucy here, but the thing I do is that I have options on the inside if I take the ball on the inside here, which I do with Liao. And I also see he's just backing off with Thuram, which basically means that we will have some time on the ball, and also I want to trigger someone in behind. You see, once again, Ibarbo has his arm forward, which means that he's triggered in behind. Once again here, I was trying to find Ibarbo here. The pass went to Kaka. The pass suddenly came to Ibarbo, and once again here, this is just reaction time. I think my reactions here was on point. I managed to find Liao with a very, very good pass, and he moves his keeper towards the first post, which he shouldn't have done because that made me have an open net, and we score to make it 2-1 in a really, really good way. So this is basically going to be from a kickoff, how I use my build up in the 4-1-1. We go wide, we try to drag his team out, and then we try to come across here with Marquisio. Here again, I have plenty of space. Trying to, once again, having Ibarbo making that threatening run in behind and making him, Ibarbo, going in between the fullback and center back, because that's the kind of hard space to defend yourself. I think a lot of you guys are probably struggling with that, what to do when your opponent is getting into these kind of spaces. And super important to have the runners. Here again, though, I find Kaka, once again, turning back. So I know, okay, once again, you see Ibarbo's arm is forward, which means that he's running in behind. Finding Ibarbo, and yes, pretty good block. But after this, we're going to use a short corner, and this will actually be us scoring the third goal in this game. Finding Rafael Liao, very, very lucky, and shouldn't have been a goal. And no, I did not greedy on purpose. That's basically Liao's. Obviously, if I just press X, that's his main celebration. But you basically saw how I built up. I came across to Marquisio. I drag Barbo in between the space here. So I know, okay, I have Kaka running because I pressed L1 towards Kaka. He needs to worry about Kaka and Henry in this case, which again will make me have more time on the ball. And making myself actually have a lot of options. Once again here, pretty good defense. I think it's a good block from Lucio, but overall a pretty decent attack in how we built up basically. And the last build up for this video will actually come in, again, a pretty good game here, 4-4 overall, and it will be us scoring a 5-4 goal. Once again here then, you see Kakai is being triggered, once again using that L1 and X pass to make him run in behind, and I know, okay, Kakai is making a threatening run in behind. Once again, I shouldn't really play for Kakai there, that's just me rushing it. So here again from Henry, I try to play back to Marquisio, because that would basically mean Marquisio has his front forward, and I can play hopefully the winger in behind. The thing I already did here though, which I think a lot of you guys didn't notice, is that I already pressed L1 towards Henry to make Henry run in behind. Because when Kaká gets the ball, I know he also has incisive pass in silver, which makes his through balls better. So once again here, we find that kind of threatening pass in behind to Barbo. Here again, I just have an easy pass into Thierry Henry, who scores to make it 5-4. But make sure, okay, look now, what's happening now? You see Henry already having his arm forward. Here again, you see Barbo having his arm forward is basically because I sent Henri first with the L1X pass. When I really felt like I couldn't really find Henri, that's when I triggered my winger, and once again, to have that threatening run in behind, but also buy myself time and space on the ball, which might give you, which we did, but also playing for the first time through ball, which also I think you guys have seen the tutorial about. So once again, finding the cam, incisive pass to Ibarbo, who's already on side. I could have played this to Henri as well, if I just take a touch with Kaká. Now in the end of the day, it worked out, finding Ibarbo, and once again, we have an open net here with Thierry Henry, and we managed to win this game 5-4 with a really, really good build-up goal. So, that's been it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like these kind of tutorials, let me know down in the comments and smash a like on the video. If you could reach 100 likes on this video, that would be fantastic. And before we end, don't forget to subscribe as we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers this year. That would be fantastic. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's Road to Glory recap with basically some good and spicy rewards and some good gameplay as well. See you guys. Bye-bye.